Activision's hurting and they need Tim and I to revive their game and put cash into their pockets.
What's up, guys? JoeWo here. Today's video, I'm going to be reacting to my boy NickMercs. I got sent this video like 100 times of him talking about the OG days of Warzone, and we'll be seeing what he has to say, what I have to say. You guys know I'm super critical on it, so let's get into it.
I think Call of Duty's in a tough spot, man. I think Warzone specifically, the only thing that they can do is just give it time, because everybody in the chat, everybody on Twitter that I read, all the YouTube comments, everybody just constantly compares this current game to 2020 quarantine COD. And I think it's just like they're never gonna win. You will never win if you're gonna compare it to those times. You were forced to be inside. I don't think a lot of people understand that though. Like,
I agree with that.
Compare the two, but bro, they were forced inside their homes. They couldn't do anything else but play the game and tune into our streams. I mean, everything was just drastically inflated, drastically.
And I've seen that across the board. I feel like with a lot of streamers, a lot of creators are like, yo, numbers are down. Like obviously, but like obviously during peak Warzone, everybody, like he said, was inside. So now obviously there was a ton of brands, a ton of sponsors at that time where everybody knew people were watching gamers, were watching streamers, and everybody was watching at that time. That now when people are getting back to normal, it's summer, going back outside, doing things. Obviously a lot of viewership has dropped for a lot of people. For everybody, right? And I think that a lot of people don't understand that, and I'm glad somebody else sees it.
On a whole different,
not,
I mean, just wildly, right? Like if you're gonna compare the game to that time, it's just gonna be a loss. That's like me comparing every stream that I turn on to those streams. I mean, I would turn on my stream, and before I even had my camera on, I would have like 20-something thousand people.
That is crazy.
Before I even turn on my camera. I mean, that's crazy.
But also, that doesn't excuse how bad Warzone 2 is. Because I feel like going from Warzone 1, Verdansk to Caldera, I feel like Caldera got hated on a lot. I personally loved it. A lot of people don't know, did the end of, obviously, Verdansk, everybody was complaining like, yo, like, we need a new map, give us a new map, and that was Caldera. When Caldera dropped, it was a little bit rough, but at the end, it was amazing. But I feel like that doesn't excuse right now when Warzone 2 dropped, like the sequel, like that could have been the banger that kind of followed up with Verdansk and brought a ton of people back, how bad it is.
Hey, listen, there's a couple additions that they've made. Like, I don't think the map is as good. I don't think the guns are as good. I think that they're going in a direction with guns and attachments that most people don't like. But then again, I don't know. Because half of you nerds play Tarkov too, and you love that shit. You love your backpack with 100 different fucking things, and your tape and your flashlight and all this corny shit. You like that. I don't know why you like that. But
I don't know anybody that loves tuning 57 attachments.
Like possibly. Because I can't stand having to put 10 attachments on my gun.
I'm the same way.
Tune every attachment. I think it's so
stupid. So pointless.
I miss the days where it was easy. Like maybe 2 or 3 attachments. Maybe. I miss just booting up with a fucking ACR. Booting up with an MP5. I can't stand the way they do it now. So I agree. There's changes that
I didn't play in these days, but even in Warzone 1 having 5 attachments, you're good.
1 to 2, where it's like, you know, it's not that great. But even if they made a perfect game, like a perfect
There's no such thing as a perfect game.
Everything was exactly the way that everybody wanted.
The thing that I'm realizing right now too is everybody will always have a problem with something, right? Everybody will have a problem. You can't please everybody. Same thing for COD devs or any game ever. You can never please everybody, right? So it's kind of like they could make but Warzone 2 could have been perfect, and I and a lot of other people would have probably been still very critical of it because nobody's ever happy, right? Like,
which is impossible. Even if they did that, it would never amount to the first one because of the timeline. It was just so different. It would never amount. Why would they not?
And I feel like the game was a lot better too.
Updates from there. You know, I really don't know. I think that would have made a lot of people happy. And I think that if I was under the gun and I was the one doing the decisions over there, I think I would have tried to go back and create the same 2025. I think I would have. Definitely. But that's the thing. I don't know if it would have been the same. You know what I mean? Like, we talked about this the other day on stream. Like, chat, you think your own specific life, like you think back to the best times. If you and those same people go back and try to do them again, isn't it different now? It's still different.
It would be different, I feel like.
You're trying to do the same thing, but it's different. Times have changed. People have aged. Your mind has changed. Your body has changed. Your relations have changed.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
My number one point that I keep saying that I feel like this is going to be the COD just go-to, right? Is everybody's like, yo, they're going to bring back Verdansk, Joe. It's about to be crazy. And I'm like, no. This is what COD is going to do. Mark my words. Come back to this video in like 5 years, right? What COD is going to do in about 5 years, because people, they sell games off nostalgia, right? Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 29, like going back to like the OG guns, like the M4, like all the guns everybody played. I didn't play the OG CODs, but like they sell off of OG straight nostalgia, right? What they're going to do is in about 5 years, the next Call of Duty that's coming out, they're going to have Verdansk in that game and just sell it off straight nostalgia, right? They're going to be saying Verdansk is back in this Call of Duty and it's going to sell. It's going to make billions because Verdansk, and they're going to sell off of the name and just the vibes of the map and how it was. The thing is, they already have Verdansk in a vault on a server. They could tune a couple stuff, code a couple stuff, and literally release it right now. Are they going to do that? No, because it's not going to make them money. But in about 5 years, what they're going to do is just put it into a new game, sell it again, and then say it's new content. Verdansk is back.
Fondle. Okay.
Yeah, the new map.
It might be in the snow and shit. That might be kind of fire, actually. Man, thank you for the research. I'm kind of ready to get out of the desert, bro.
I'd be down for that. Yeah, same.
I fucking hate this map.
All the sandstorms and
fondle these nuts.
Hey, yo.
Fondle. Really, I think it's pretty well done. 69,000 times better than
Caldera.
I liked the
Caldera gets so much hate,
but just the map didn't play out as good as it needed to. You know what I mean? But I like that islandy look. I kind of like SP. Love Storm Point, but they got to make a better map. You know, too open. Yeah, probably too open. Yeah.
Nah, Caldera was
also like
towards the end.
Up and down.
Caldera was such a good map.
On cheating though, is it's gone way down. It's gone
100%.
way down. I mean, I don't even see close to the amount of cheaters as I did maybe two or 3 years ago. You rage so hard so many times. Easy. People are so critical of my attitude and even of my decision to go to Apex and play a different game. But they
good for him. But by the way, changing games for whatever makes him happy. But I see people still say that all the time. Like the cheater thing is insane, and I'm like, listen. In the most respectful way possible. If you still think that you're dying to as many cheaters as in Verdansk was or those days, you're just getting smoked respectfully. Because I see so many people still say that, and I'm like, the cheater situation has gone down tenfold compared to how it was. And if you still think that you're dying to cheaters,
if you were in my stream every day,
you're probably getting just smoked.
A lot of people are. Then they can get a good feel as to how annoying that shit actually was. But if you're not, I mean, listen, a lot of you guys can't tune in the whole day, so I totally understand. But like, bro, imagine getting online for 10 hours, 8 hours a day, every day, and just getting cheated on the whole time.
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad.
Frustrating, man. And then I was playing tournaments too. Listen, man.
Don't even get me started on that.
I'm a competitive guy, bro. I'm super competitive. I mean, I had tournament wins in the bag. I was going to win the tourney, and a cheater would just hunt me.
Being up kills in a 2v2 and then they die to a cheater, you die to a cheater, the map gets reset, then you lose off the reset.
Get a fucking anti-cheat that works, man. I can't
so
play this
dumb.
goddamn game. You know, and it just wasn't happening.
It was so dumb.
I got pushed away from the game. And I stand by all those things that I said. I stand by all those things. And when you're playing something like this and you're that invested into it, you should be critical and you should have some thoughts. These are totally things that should happen. I may have crossed the line a couple of times here and there in some people's books, but that's okay. I mean, they can eat my ass. You know, I'm not gonna cry about it. It doesn't take anything away from the years that I've spent in Call of Duty or playing this game or all the hard work that I put in. There's no way it doesn't just erase that.
I don't know what
my perspective.
I don't know what that COD is, but that jetpack looks
way down. I don't know about you guys, but that's my perspective.
IW.
I don't see even close to the
it's not Black Ops 3. Whatever W that is, that game is a W.
Yeah, you see
because I miss a movement skill gap, and I wish I played the jetpack CODs
instead of investing into the, fixing the cheats. I mean, bro, the cheating is way down.
Way down.
I don't know what the fuck those guys are talking about, man.
They're just getting smoked.
I've been playing this game a lot the past couple weeks. It's way down. I mean, I don't understand.
They're just getting smoked.
Run into cheat recently, Samir. We did last night.
With that pistol and
we definitely
quit the game and went to a.
Servers are way better. Cheaters, way down. Like, people just will always find something, and them saying, I'm dying to cheaters, a lot like, no, you're just getting smoked.
Cheaters last night in ranked, it was nuts. I watched Biffle for like an hour and a half before bed. I didn't see a single cheater. But then again, I didn't watch this entire stream. We did bump into a cheater. Me and Schnee.
So far, I don't think I found
hacking and chasing us around the whole time. But yeah.
One cheater yet.
Anything to fix the stream snipers? No. You got a lot of people
that'll always
that are
happen
tuned into the stream. You're playing ranked into a fixed lobbies. It just is what it is. You're always gonna get stream sniped if you're a big time streamer. It's just how it is. Or if you're streaming your POV. It's not the same game anymore. Cheaters are a lot less. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough that the skin's coming out on the timeline that it is my point. Because if this thing came out 2 years ago, everybody would have been so happy about it. But now, given the facts and given the current landscape of the game, there's a lot of people that are very upset with Call of Duty. And because they're so upset with COD, we're getting a lot of shit. You know, there's a lot of people who
find
just
like a
are not happy that
scapegoat.
we're getting skins. But they've attached so many like different things to that. So many different things.
Here's the
They say
thing.
it's because of this or it's because of that.
Whether people hate on that or not, right? Being like, NickMercs shouldn't have got a skin. Whatever you think, that man has done more for Warzone than anybody that will ever be pissed off about. He shouldn't get a skin. The great thing that I see, right, is that's a start. Years ago, when it first came out, that was never even an option or something to happen, was have creators in the game, right? So to have Tim and Nick as the founders of this skins creators in the game, that can slowly, hopefully trickle down to maybe someday myself, a JoeWo bundle, having emblems, having logos, having just things in the game. That would be sick. So either way, it's a W all around. Like people
like,
just
the
always
Gene thing
found,
is crazy.
you know,
Investing
they'll always
into
find something to complain
Activision,
about.
Like Activision's hurting and they need Tim and I to revive their game and put cash into their pockets. That's wild. I mean, that's wild. Like, I mean, listen, it's definitely good, and it's definitely a win to have creators like Tim and I playing the game every day. You know, so me going to Apex probably incentivized them a little bit to choose me. You know, to come back to play a little bit to promote the skin. Yada yada yada. Right. I'm not going to deny that, but to put out this idea that if they didn't do this, the game was going to tank or. I mean, that's fucking crazy. Tim and I are not going to save the game. Like
people, yeah, I was gonna say people put way too much like weight of the game on creators. Like we like make the biggest difference ever. Like I wish it worked like that.
Creators and people got it backwards, man. This is a very, very good thing for creators. It just kind of shows that Call of Duty's going to start doing some more of this stuff now. It's just a net positive, man. It's a good thing. These are things that you want games to do, man. You definitely want games, big time games, to incorporate creators, pay homage to esport organizations and stuff like that. Good things, man. It's good things. Yes. Tim and I are the first, and it is good for us, but it's also good for the community as well, because it's the first step in a positive direction. And if people can't see it that way, then they're just hating, man.
Facts. I agree on that so much. That's literally the exact same things I said. 100% I agree, man. That was honestly, I feel like a lot of those things that I preach all the time, I'm glad somebody else, that's not just me, because people call me crazy, like, Joe, like, you're just biased, like, and like I say all the time, man, Verdansk was amazing. Obviously, those OG days, I don't know if we'll ever have that back. That's not an excuse for how bad Warzone 2 dropped and how just the fundamentals of the game are horrible, but that's not an excuse for them. But also, like, going back to those days, like, people were asking for a new map. They were like, Verdansk is boring now. This map sucks now. Like, need a new map. Like, people just always will find something, right? But 5 years, come back to this video. I guarantee you, Verdansk will be coming back on a new COD, and they're selling off nostalgia. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.